A hypocrite. How, you know, I talked about how he would be out supporting his colleagues, and now I see.
You understand his point of view.
I understand, but the difference is he had a wife at home. He didn't have to go to all those unnecessary shows all the time. I can go, you know, I'm not at home with him anymore, so I go to different shows.
So you're complaining that he spent too much time comedy because he had a wife at home. But you can go out and be away and not acknowledge that you had a husband and a child at home.
Right, but now I have, you know, I'm a teenage mother. I make my own babysitter, so now my daughter watches my other kids while I have shows, so she's watching them right now.
So everybody in your airspace ought to do for you, and you need to do for no one. Is that what you're telling me?
No.
She just didn't tell him.
You said that you have a 14-year-old.
Yes.
That babysits.
Yes.
How many kids do you have?
4 girls. 3 of them aren't his.
And did he take on the role of father for those 3?
Yes, he's a wonderful father, excellent father.
To even those children that aren't his?
Yes.
You feeling what I'm feeling?
So.
You still want to be with her, don't you, Mr. Lee?
I'm still suffering from separation anxiety. It just don't make sense, because there was nothing wrong. I mean, if someone gave me everything that I wanted, which she did, and I was giving her in return, where are you going?
Where are you going?
Crazy.
And
that's
what do you
going.
expect to find when you get there? What are you going to do about you have a 1-year-old together?
Absolutely. And she ain't even on the bottle no more. Do you see what I'm saying? One, and
you
don't
have
even
her?
need the bottle. Yes, I have her. Ain't nobody taking my baby nowhere.
You don't have your 1-year-old?
No, he wouldn't let me. He's very overprotective
Well, how does
of
the
her.
14-year-old babysit the 1-year-old you don't have?
No, the 14-year-old babysits my 8 and 5-year-old.
Mr. Lucas, you've came here for the return of a car. Why don't you explain that to me? I mean, where is the car and what?
Where is the car? That's a good question.
When she left in November, tell me
took the
about
car.
when she left, because I'm not understanding
Well, when
how
I
this
called,
thing actually
when she
ended.
left, I didn't, pay any attention until it started getting kind of late. I called her. She told me she was at her sister's house, and that's where she's gonna be, and she hung up the phone.
You're telling me she left like she was going to go get some groceries,
right?
But was leaving you.
She left like she was. She said her exact words was, "I'll be right back." This is the first time I done seen this woman since November.
Mrs. Lucas, give me that version of the I'll be right back story.
Well, I told him I was leaving. I told my sister I was on my way to Chicago. I had like 5 shows that weekend. So when I did those 5 shows, I got booked for some more. So I didn't go back. I told him I'd be right back. I didn't give him a specific time. But I did say I'll be back.
And you took the Toyota with you when you left?
Yes.
I still had the truck.
He can't drive anyway. He can't see.
Well,
can you see me? He can't see.
On what universe do you believe that's funny?
It's not funny, but I mean, he can't drive anyway, and he gave me the car as a gift.
Hey, you can't respect this man at home, that's one thing, but while you're in here, you will respect him, and you will not make fun of the fact that he cannot sing.
When divorce court continues, Judge Lynn rules in the case of TP versus Rashida Lucas. But first, Rashida has news that leaves the courtroom speechless.
Well, where is the car?
The car.
Divorce court returns with the case of Rashida Lucas, who left her husband to perform stand-up comedy and never went back home. And TP is suing Rashida because he wants to be reimbursed for the family car.
You say if you can't get the car back, you want the value of the upgrades. Tell me about the upgrades.
Well, here's the thing. They sell a little chip. I upgraded that on the engine, I didn't like the wheels that were on there, so I bought rims and tires. And it didn't have a stereo at all in there because there was just a hole in the dash. So I bought a stereo for the car.
Why don't you tell me this, though? How much is the car worth?
About $5 grand. And like I said, she keeps saying
But where
my
is
car.
the car?
The car is gone.
Gone where?
It got totaled.
How did it get totaled?
I was at work. We had an ice storm in Chicago. Somebody ran into it and tore it up. So I told them just junk it. There was nothing I could do with it.
So
You just told them to junk it? You didn't
junk the
There
car?
was nothing. It was nothing else they could do with it. It was like this small.
Did you have insurance on it?
Well, where's the
No, the
stereo?
insurance had lapsed.
Whose responsibility was to pay the insurance? Was it your responsibility to pay the insurance?
It's my responsibility to make the money. She write out the checks to pay the bills. At least she used to.
Was there money to pay the insurance?
It was money to pay the insurance, but I wasn't in Wisconsin anymore. He could have did that while he was there.
Yeah.
But it was
pick a
typically
surgery.
your responsibility to pay the bills?
Sometimes.
Oh, I don't believe you. I believe it was your responsibility. Look at you. I believe it was your responsibility to pay the bills. Mr. Lucas, I'm sorry. You are a wonderful man, and don't let trifling women change who you are. That's all I'm asking. She's self-centered and only interested in her pleasure and her joy and what she wants. She will never give to you, and you have the right to have a woman who will give to you. That's my point of view. You are trifling and small-minded. When you are trifling and small-minded, you're going to end up with a man who's going to take advantage of that. I am sure that your choice in men, if it's based upon the silly things that you have told me here today, will put you in a place where you don't want to be, where you don't want your daughters to be. But you are so small-minded and trifling that you don't even put their interests ahead of yours. How dare you be so self-centered? Normally what occurs in a marriage is one person has the courtesy to tell the other person that they are leaving. At that point in time, they take the assets and they divide the assets between the two of them, and each of them takes half the value at the assets. What you did, however, was dissipate an asset. In other words, what you did was you took one without his knowledge, absconded with it, and then because of your failure to keep insurance on it, that asset was lost. As a result, you are responsible to pay him the half of that asset that would have remained had you done the appropriate thing. Judgment in favor of Mr. Lucas in the amount of $2,500. It is so ordered.
All rise. Parties may leave the courtroom.
Well, the kids miss you. I miss my baby. Just come back to Chicago. You come to Chicago, we can make it work.
I don't know. The judge should have sentenced you to life with me and the kids. That's what she did. Put the gavel down and but that's all good. I don't know what to say to you.